Imagine standing in front of a masterpiece that doesn't just make noise, it makes history come alive. The Honda CBX 1000 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a legend carved in metal and sound. The moment you turn that key and hear the six-cylinder roar, you realize this isn't an ordinary machine, it's a symphony of engineering brilliance. Every inch of it speaks about a time when Honda wanted to prove one thing to the world, that they could build the most powerful, smoothest, and most unforgettable motorcycle ever made. Back in the late 70s, when superbikes were battling for dominance, Honda didn't just compete, they redefined what performance meant. The CBX 1000 arrived as a thunderous statement, an inline-six engine that stood out like a lion among wolves. 1047 cc of pure power, capable of producing over 100 horsepower at a time when most bikes barely crossed half that mark. It was the kind of machine that made people stop, stare, and smile in disbelief. Even today, decades later, the CBX 1000 still makes hearts race. It's not nostalgia, it's respect for something that was ahead of its time. Look at its design, and you'll instantly feel that blend of vintage elegance and raw aggression. Those 6 chrome pipes that curve out from the engine like gleaming arms of power, they're not just exhausts, they're art. Every line on the CBX 1000's body is sculpted with intention, from its fuel tank to the tailpiece, creating a silhouette that looks fast even when it's standing still. And when you see it in a clean, futuristic showroom under white lights, it feels like Honda's heritage meeting tomorrow's style, a perfect fusion of past and future. The moment you sit on the CBX 1000, you feel its weight, but also its balance. The wide handlebars, the perfectly positioned foot pegs, and that solid feel under your palms, it's a sensation modern bikes struggle to replicate. You twist the throttle, and the engine responds instantly, a smooth yet ferocious surge that feels endless. The 6 cylinders work together like a finely tuned orchestra, each piston firing in harmony, delivering a sound so pure it's almost addictive. It's not just noise, it's Honda's soul talking. Every biker dreams of a ride that connects emotion with engineering. The CBX 1000 does that effortlessly. Whether you're cruising through city streets or leaning into wide-open highways, it feels composed, confident, and thrilling. The 6-cylinder engine doesn't just deliver power, it delivers a personality. It revs freely, climbs with authority, and sings with that distinctive wail that only a CBX can produce. Once you've heard it, you never forget it. Honda didn't build this bike to chase trends, they built it to create one. The CBX 1000 was a statement of dominance, but also of artistry. It showed that Honda engineers could be both dreamers and perfectionists. They didn't cut corners, they didn't hold back. Every nut, bolt, and piece of chrome had a purpose. Even today, restorers and collectors treat the CBX 1000 like a crown jewel, not just because of its rarity, but because it represents a golden age of innovation. In a world filled with electronic assists, traction control, and digital dashboards, the CBX 1000 feels refreshingly raw. It's honest. It gives you power without filters, connection without computers. When you twist the throttle, it's just you and the machine. No middleman, no technology hiding the truth. That's what makes it so special. It reminds riders what real motorcycling feels like. The CBX 1000's engine isn't just an engineering marvel, it's a visual masterpiece. The way those 6 cylinders stretch across the frame, the symmetry of the exhaust pipes, the way the chrome gleams under light, it's mechanical poetry. People don't just ride this bike, they admire it, photograph it, and talk about it like a piece of living history. Every ride feels like you're piloting something significant, something built not just to move you, but to make you feel alive. And that's the magic of the CBX 1000, it makes you feel. Every vibration, every note from its exhaust, every downshift, it's an experience. Riders who've owned one say it's not about speed, it's about connection. It makes you appreciate what true craftsmanship feels like. You can sense the pride of Honda's engineers in every detail. In its time, the CBX wasn't just about straight-line power, it was about smoothness. The 6-cylinder layout gave it an unmatched balance. Even at high speeds, it felt stable, planted, and graceful. It could go from calm to wild with just a twist. That dual nature, refined yet rebellious, is what made the CBX legendary. Decades later, this bike still holds its charm. It stands tall among modern machines because of its authenticity. It doesn't rely on flashy tech, it relies on soul. That's something you can't download, you can't replicate, and you can't fake. When people see a CBX 1000 in person, they don't just see a bike, they see a story, a piece of history that refuses to fade. Even now, Honda fans and classic enthusiasts restore these beauties with love and patience. Some modernize them slightly, giving them LED touches or fresh paint jobs, maybe a gloss black with chrome contrast, or a pearl white with golden highlights, but no matter how it's presented, the CBX always carries its unmistakable aura. It's timeless. Every great machine has a sound that defines it. For cars, it might be a Ferrari's V12. For bikes, it's the CBX 1000. That six-cylinder roar builds up like an orchestra, smooth yet savage, refined yet thrilling. Close your eyes and you can almost hear it echoing through the open road, a sound that brings goosebumps even to those who've never ridden it. There's something deeply emotional about seeing a CBX 1000 sitting on a polished platform under bright lights, the Honda CBX 1000 inches logo shining on the wall behind it. It's a reminder of an era when machines had character, when riders had stories, and when performance had soul. You can feel the passion Honda poured into this bike, not for fame, not for marketing, but for the love of riding. The CBX 1000 didn't just set benchmarks, it inspired generations. Many of today's superbikes owe their existence to the innovations born in this machine. The smoothness of multi-cylinder engines, the balance between power and refinement, all of it traces back to what Honda achieved here. And even though newer bikes may be faster, lighter, or smarter, few can make you feel the way a CBX does. Because it's not about numbers, it's about moments. That first ignition, that sound, that feeling of being part of something iconic. It's the kind of motorcycle that makes you fall in love with biking all over again. So when you stand before the Honda CBX 1000, don't just see a motorcycle. See a story of ambition, of engineering genius, of timeless beauty. Feel the connection between man and machine, past and future, art and power. Because this isn't just a ride, it's a legend reborn every time the engine comes to life. The Honda CBX 1000 remains more than metal and mechanics, it's emotion, heritage, and heart combined. A motorcycle that doesn't age, it evolves in spirit. It's proof that when passion meets precision, legends are born. And even in a futuristic showroom surrounded by modern marvels, the CBX 1000 still steals the spotlight, reminding everyone that true greatness never fades, it just keeps roaring.